Maybe you're thinking about what this big package can be that has been lying around here during the whole building time. Let's open and see what it is. I think it might be handy now. It's my birthday today, you could think. It's Divinylcell. So, I will make bulkheads out of this Divinylcell. It's 1 centimeter thick and not very heavy. And with just a sheet of glass fiber on each side, it will be strong enough. At about here one bulkhead will be. I use a temporary bulkheads as an estimate. Test fit the rudder pedals. And take rough measures. Which I translate to the foam core. And cut out the oversized bulkhead. With a process similar to last time, I close in on a good fit. Take off small pieces with multiple test fits. I drew a line with a pencil running parallel to the hull. And check carefully before proceeding. Cutting out the last piece. I mark where the deck begins before proceeding with the deck piece. I forgot that the deck got a bit high when I lay out the strips, so I might need to add some foam on the top. Now the other bulkhead. The foam is so soft, so it's no problem to follow the bend. To maximize space, I will let this bulkhead drop in an angle to follow the back of the paddler. I will let it end at the back end of the coaming. Now it is starting to look cozy. I will need to remove some flange to press the deck together with the hull. With a pair of scissors, it's done. And I can lay down the deck. And test the bulkhead. There are some misfits. With some polyurethane glue I add some foam where there are some gaps. and fix them in place with tape during curing. The foam will be strengthened with 300 gram glass. I cut some with margin. Then I strike on pure epoxy. And remove air. I think that it will make the best result laying the foam on the glass instead of the glass on the foam. I press the foam with the temporary bulkhead. After a night of curing, I can proceed. And cut some more glass. To cover the other side. Now I think it would have been better to let the bulkhead cure with the glass on top. The surface gets flat and fine, but the bonding to the foam gets poor. A pre-wetting with thickened epoxy would probably have been a good idea. When cured, I check the result. Cut off the excess. On both bulkheads. The last is trimmed with the knife. I will fit the bulkheads in place. The front one needs to stay clear of the pedals. So I try this out. Before adding the deck. And strapping it down. When the gaps are minimal, I have a look. These small gaps will be easy to fill with thickened epoxy, so they are no problem. There is a big gap on the back bulkhead, but my can of foam is empty, so I can't fill it with that. Instead I continue with thickened epoxy and some small cuts off of foam. Covered with thickened epoxy. With a rubber putty I make a thin fillet. On both sides. And takes a night rest before removing the straps. Here I have glued the deck to the bulkhead. But with a knife I get it loose. The joining is not very strong, so I prepare for glassing. With a 40 grit paper, I roughen the surface to make a better joining. Thin strips of 160 gram cloth are cut. As the bonding between the foam and the glass was poor, I got a large air bubble in this bulkhead. I opened the bubble in the top with a knife. Keep it open with a stick while filling the bubble with thickened epoxy. And press out the epoxy to bond the bubble. The joining is strengthened with wetted out glass. Along the hull side of the bulkhead, for both bulkheads and both sides. The bubble gets some pressure. While curing, I check out the sailing opportunities outside. Someone is playing with a kite and skates. But for a sailing boat, there are only slim chances for open water. Although a small stream is a sign of spring, I take a run along the trail while waiting for curing. And the final result. The air bubble is gone and the pedal fits on this side.